What's up everyone, China Cycling here. Today we're here with this, the Pardus Robin SL. SL standing for Sidekick Loner in reference to Robin in the Batman universe. SL standing for super light in reference to how light this frame is.
There are two versions of the Robin. The standard version frame set weighs around 900 grams, and this, the SL frame set, weighs in at just 700 grams.
Now, before you click away, other colors are available. I'm yet to find someone who loves this color. If you do like this color, let me know in the comments down below. But this color is definitely an acquired taste. It's kind of like a pearlescent paint job, a flip paint job. There's two other colors available, and in my opinion, this is the weakest of the three. But hey, this is what I got, so this is what I'm reviewing.
Subscribers of the channel may remember a few months ago I reviewed the Pardus Super 5, which was also a climbing bike, but this, the Robin SL, is lighter and, dare I say, stiffer than the Super 5. I've been riding this bad boy for around 2 months now, and all in all it handles pretty similar to the Super 5. The biggest difference when you're riding it is just the stiffness of the rear triangle. Perhaps on long rides it's uncomfortably stiff, but for shorter rides, anything less than 6-7 hours, the stiffness, in my opinion, is a huge advantage. You feel every watt you put through the pedals is going straight into helping you climb up those hills. I know I feel like in every video I say this bike's super stiff, but this bike, it's kind of like a bike of two halves. So the rear triangle is super stiff, but the head of the bike I'd say is not as stiff as the Super 5. Maybe part of that is down to this integrated 2-in-1 bar they've got going on, which seems a bit flexy, but the front of this bike is definitely not as stiff as the rear, which is nice in terms of your hands don't get fatigued from bumpiness of roads or whatever, but if you're really giving it some beans out of the saddle sprinting, it doesn't quite feel as planted as the Super 5.
Now, the thing that's really interesting about this frame is all the little details. So when you look at it at first glance, it might just look like a normal, ordinary, standard climbing frame. But when you start to look at the details, you start to notice stuff. And one of the details is these little inserts here in the corner of the frame. Now, they may look small, but it feels like they do a big job. And what I mean by that is the whole rear triangle on this bike is super stiff. I might even say too stiff. When you start looking at the other details too, more becomes apparent. For example, the asymmetry of the down tube as it heads down to the bottom bracket. At first glance you can't notice, but if you start looking where the holes are for the bottle cages, you'll notice they don't seem to be in the middle. And that's because the down tube is actually thicker on the left than on the right. Kind of similar to Cervelo and what they do with their BB Right stuff. But the actual bottom bracket that it uses is just your standard 86mm bottom bracket, so no problems there. Obviously this is a climbing frame, there's not many aero cues on it. You have slightly dropped seat stays and that's about it as far as aero goes. Seat post, for example, just the standard round seat post. Advantage, you can swap it out for any seat post you like. Disadvantage, probably not that aero. Other small touches I like on this bike, on the down tube, you've got 3 bolts for your water cage. So if you're only having one bottle cage in there, you can put it lower in a more aero position, I guess. So it's small touches like this which I really appreciate. So when you get the bike from Pardus, what do you get? If you buy the complete bike, we'll start from the top. So we've got a Pro logo saddle up the top, then we've got the Pardus supplied their own seat tube. At the front, the cockpit is really interesting. So it's Pardus's all-in-one integrated cockpit system. These bars are 400mm wide. Going a bit further down, obviously we have the frame itself. Like I say, this color, you can take it or leave it. I think I'll leave it, thanks. Group set wise, the bike as standard comes with full Ultegra group set, but you'll notice my crank set is not Ultegra. I got a 105 on here, and that's because I'm testing the 2x power meter from XKD. But when you get it from Pardus, it doesn't have this crank set. It's a standard Ultegra. Actually, from Pardus, an option from the factory is to have it fitted with a McGee dual-sided power meter, the McGee Ridge Dual. I didn't go for that, but I'm just trying it with this XKD two-sided power meter. Wheels are from Equinox, a Taiwanese brand. On them they say they're handmade in Taiwan. These wheels also super stiff. That's the main theme of this bike, I think, is just stiffness. A few months ago on the channel, you'll know I reviewed the Super 5. I'd say the Super 5 is a bit more of a relaxed bike. If I had the choice, if I'm doing a 200k ride, I might take the Super 5. But if I'm just going for a Strava segment, I want something super stiff. Or if I'm going for a shorter ride, maybe less than 100k, I think I'll go for this, the Robin SL.
Price-wise, the bike retails for around 19,000 RMB, which is about 2,600 US dollars. So not too bad for a fully Ultegra bike with carbon wheels, carbon frame, and a carbon integrated handlebar and stem combo. The takeaway points from this frame are just these little inserts in the corner that add to stiffness, and also the technology they've got in the layup to make it so light. These unique points you might have seen somewhere before on some other frames, and again this comes down to the fact that Pardus's mother company does lots of OEM for different manufacturers, so if there are things similar with different frames, it's possible that those frames are also done by the same mother company. All in all though, I enjoyed my time riding the Robin SL. I definitely think I can recommend it if you're after a climbing bike that's super stiff. If you want something a bit more relaxed, if you're not into the whole super thrashy climb hills, breaking records scene, then maybe you can look elsewhere. And if this particular color doesn't do it for you, like I say, there are some other colors. I'll put some photos in this video for you to have a look at. If you liked this video, if you liked the arty shots I had in there, give this video a like so I know that you like it. If you think this review earned your subscription, don't forget to subscribe, it's free. I got lots more content coming in the next few weeks, so subscribe so you don't miss that. Any questions about this bike or any other bikes, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, China Cycling out.